Hello everyone. I have by hearted Gitanjali hymn number 7 today. And before I engage more into the conversation, I have to introduce my little sister who is finally coming to one of these videos. And Apacha, good morning, by the way.
Good morning. I'm delighted to spend this time with both of you. And I'm particularly happy that the little one is also getting interested in Tagore. You've read Tagore, poems of Tagore?
Yes.
How many poems by Tagore have you read so far?
4.
4. Very good. You like those poems?
Yeah.
And I remember yesterday or day before yesterday, it was that you read one of those poems to me.
Yeah.
And you recorded one of those poems and sent it to your parents, and they were very excited, right? Very nice. So it's a very good thing to do this. And let's hope that other children also during this vacation time spend their time meaningfully like this. And now I'm going to ask your sister to recite the Tagore poem, the poem from Gitanjali that she has learned this morning. And then she will also explain to us what she understands by that poem. So both of us, you and I, will listen to what she has to say. Okay? First she will recite, then she'll explain the meaning of the poem she recites.
Gitanjali, hymn number 7. My song has put off her adornments. She has no pride of dress or decoration. Ornaments, they would mar our union. They would come between thee and me, and their jingling would drown thy whispers. My poet's vanity dies in shame before thy sight. O master poet, I have sat down at thy feet. Only let me make my life straight and simple. Like a flute of reed, for thee to fill with music.
Yeah, imagine our life becoming like the flute of reed that God fills his divine music with. So now very briefly explain to the children who would be listening to you or who would be seeing this video what you understand by this point.
I understood that Mr. Tagore, he describes God as a master poet. After that, he compares himself and God. And then he finds out that you don't need any ornaments to make God think that you're very faithful, holy. You just have to be simple. Now, the second...
You don't have to impress God with your songs.
He doesn't look for outer beauty, he looks for inner beauty, which is very important in everyone. Now, the second important thing Tagore expresses through the poem is that, see, all people make other people think that they're godly by adorning themselves with embellishments, clothes, adornments, ornaments.
Appearance of piety. Yeah.
Appearance of piety.
Religious people.
But it doesn't mean anything to God. So basically what they're doing is just wasting their time. So all God wants is for you to be faithful. You don't have to be decked in ornaments or anything. For anyone to think that you're holy, you just should have faith. And the most important thing is you should let God fill you with his music, the music of life.
Yeah. So the poem develops a contrast between what we do with ourselves in terms of how we appear, external appearance. So in terms of social life, cultural life, we try to appear to be as beautiful externally as possible, whereas God is interested in our inner beauty. And our inner beauty is the result of what God does with us. There are two things. One is what we do with ourselves. And what we do most of the time is to make ourselves externally more beautiful, more attractive, to be seen by people, right? What God does with us is that he fills us in our inner life with the music of life. And that is far more important, far more valuable than anything else. So when we work like this, when we try to read good literature, when we try to discuss spiritual themes, ethical themes, etc., This is not something for others to see. In fact, what is inside of you, nobody can see, right? Whereas God values what is inside of you. Human beings cannot see what is inside of you, but God sees what is inside of us. So the worth of a human being is really to be understood not in terms of what is seen outwardly, but what is there within himself or herself, right? That's called inner beauty as against external attractiveness. People try to emphasize external attractiveness because they want others to be attracted towards them. Whereas God values not external attractiveness, but inner beauty of truth, of goodness, of kindness, of valuing, respecting one's parents, respecting one's teachers, being grateful to grateful to anybody who does a good turn to you, appreciating the beauty and the greatness of the life God has given to you, the value of the opportunities that come to you from day to day, so on and so forth. All this pertain to our inner life. But unfortunately, most people in this world get stuck with external things. For example, when they think of a home, they think of a very, very expensive, big, palatial mansion. They don't bother about the quality of life that is lived within their house, right? Likewise, at the personal level, they would like to be seen as handsome, attractive, and they take the cosmetic route to it. Whereas what really matters is how how much treasure we have within ourselves. Jesus said, "You must value the treasure within." He said, "Do not gather for yourself treasures that thieves breaking and steal, or the moth and the rust corrupt. Gather for yourself treasure that will endure. The treasures that endure are treasures within." And that's exactly what poet Tagore is also saying. The beauty that God gives to us, the music of life with which He fills us, is something that will never fade or never lose its value. Whereas all the material things will lose their value. Okay? So we must allow God to fill our inner life with the beauty, the sweetness, and the music of life. So that is the essence. You like this theme?
Yes.
Very nice. Okay. So we all must pay attention to this. We must try to increase our inner beauty, inner wealth, inner knowledge, uh, and the inner music of life. Okay. Yeah. You can now sit down.